Hi everybody, it's Sandy and it is Boxing Day here in the UK, so that's the 26th of December, and today we have had a new moon solar eclipse. Hi Serena, hi Jonathan, happy Christmas. So this morning at 5 a.m. UK time we had a solar eclipse on this new moon, and it was at 4 degrees of Capricorn. So it's been a really interesting energy for us to work with as we've been building up this time. Hi Ashley, hi. Today here in the UK, it's wild, it's windy, it's raining, it's pretty crazy out there compared to yesterday. So there's a real feeling of the energies being churned up on this eclipse. Interesting, as it is. Hi Amanda, it is as I say at 4 degrees of Capricorn, and it was at 5 o'clock this morning, 5 a.m. In the UK this morning. And at 4 degrees of Capricorn, it's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn, as a messenger for us, especially in Capricorn, is all about the sort of practicalities and the structure of what we're wanting to bring into manifestation in this next period of time for us. There's also a real feeling for me about the connection here with the Divine Masculine, and that this coming period of time will be very much focused, Harakaya, on the realigning of what I'm calling a new masculine template. This is very much the emerging energy that's feeling to be taking us into the energy signature of 2020 to 2030. We're entering a new paradigm of presence. We're entering a new paradigm of potentiality in our evolutionary path, both as humanity, and as the Earth template. Hi Phyllis. AJ, there's quite a few of you that just popped in. So this is a really important time. This is a really important new moon for us. Interesting that it was an annular, what they call an annular new moon eclipse, which means that the sun wasn't completely hidden behind the moon. The sun's rays weren't completely taken by the moon's presence, but that there was a ring around the moon as she faced into the sun. And for me, this is about the alchemical possibility, or the alchemical invitation that this particular moon has offered us. So eclipses occur when the nodes of the moon are involved in the eclipse, in the moon, in the new or the full moon. And it can be either a north node eclipse or a south node eclipse. And these will have a different aspect in what they are bringing to our attention. You know, because eclipses are an evolutionary pulse that invite us into a wave of potentiality and a potential of being jumped forward. And if it's a new moon, if it's a north node eclipse, this is very much about our evolutionary trajectory. This is where the soul's calling is wanting us to move in its full alignment forward. And when it's a south node eclipse, it will hold a lot of our past template, what is familiar, what is known to us, what we've come into this incarnation to to hold as part of our gifts, but also part of our healing, both for our own soul coding and also the genetic coding, the ancestral coding that we've birthed into to carry forward. Because for me, when we weave those two aspects, this place of what our soul's evolutionary calling is, and what the template is that we've embodied and birthed into, it creates the matrix of energy that is held within our heart field that attracts to us the people, the experiences and the opportunities that will enable us to heal and to activate this aspect of our what an astrologer would see in our natal charts. So the particular flavour of the pathway, and at the moment in the current chart of this particular time, this trajectory is through Cancer Capricorn. Currently the North Node is in Cancer, the South Node is in Capricorn. So this moon is, this eclipsed moon is activating the South Node, its own South Node. So this is what makes it really interesting in this Christmas period, because so many of us are having to deal with connection with family or not, issues that are unresolved around family or not. What comes up for us in that dynamic of family, and are we still playing out our chosen roles that we created for ourselves in childhood? So, or the roles that we took within our family construct as children. So the gift of having this eclipsed new moon on Boxing Day, on the 26th of December, right within this window of Christmas, is the opportunity to see and bring to the surface anything else that's still calling for our attention, calling for healing, calling to be visible, calling to be seen. And if you are in an alignment with that, you probably have had some experiences in this last week that have not necessarily been comfortable, but they have been essential to illuminate anything that still is needing to be brought up for discussion, perhaps, or even just to be seen, to be released, obviously, before we move into these 2020 frequencies. Because we are moving, we're closing out a decade, we're closing out actually 20 years of the evolutionary cycle that we've been on this far, to open into 2020 to 2030. And we've spoken of this before as being a very powerful window for our creative endeavours, very, very powerful window for being what I would call in vertical alignment. So much of us has still been flipping between 3, 4 and 5D frequencies, that we are able to, at the moment, we can transit between all three of these. So sometimes we will feel that we have moved into this beautiful 5D heart field presencing of our witness to ourselves, witness to our lives, witness to our higher calling, what we've actually come here to, as starseeds, to hold as keys and codes. That my sense is that we are being ready to go into 2020 to be light bearers, light carriers, illuminators for those that are going to be rapidly awakening in this next 10-year window. So in this vertical alignment, there is an observation of what plays out in the horizontal in our lives. And this is where the disturbance can come up into our energy fields that is purely there to call our attention. You know, these places where we've still got little sore places, or there's a memory that comes up that's still got an energy charge on it. These are nothing but coming up as way showers, if you like, to bring us back into this vertical alignment. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Joe. Hi, Sharon. And this is one of the gifts of this particular new moon eclipse. It's absolutely to bring us back into this alignment of grounded presence. This is Capricorn, you know, it's 4 degrees of Capricorn. It's South Node. It's showing us where there's still anything that we are either not in mastery of, or that has still got a gift for us in the experience. So in this vertical alignment, we are truly connected into the Earth Star, our personal connection point into the crystalline grids of Mother Earth. It is the point that tells us when we are at home, when we are in true alignment with our inner presence and our connection to where we are in physicality on the earth plane. What we need to do is to make sure that we know exactly where we plug in, and also to be able to spend time either physically there or being able to take ourselves there in dream time or in meditation, so that we know where our recharge point is on the earth. But this particular place is, in this eclipse point, is, you know, what is this alignment? What is this place of verticality within us that we need to bring focus on? If we are to be pure acupuncture points of light, of bringing and transducing these higher keys and codes of light into the physical body, and allowing there to be an effortless flow of that energy. You know, when we've got stories that are still running, or when we've still got some places that are sore, this can block the energy flow that allows us to fully embody and fully anchor up our energies here. Because it's in that verticality that our true self, as opposed to the journey that some of us have taken, where there's been an aspect of false self that's been created in order to stay safe and loved, in order to stay perhaps within a grouping, even if it's a family grouping or a birth family or a soul family grouping. The calling now is, what's my authenticity? What's my authentic voice? And where is home? Where do I truly belong? Where am I seen? Where is my voice heard? So this is powerful. This is a powerful, powerful point that we are at in our own journey. And this is to enable us to find the best version of ourselves. Absolutely the best version of ourselves, and live it as we move into 2020, where we can be illuminators, where we can be a light for others who are waking up to the dysfunction of government, the dysfunction of our relationship with Mother Earth. This is powerful, and you may like to join me in a journey in these next 12 days. We are entering the 12 days of Christmas. Today is the first day of the 12 days of Christmas. That was the traditional journey that took us to Epiphany at the 6th of January in the Christic tradition. And so this place of, just being able to be fully present to what is occurring and what is coming up in your own experience in these 12 days. It may be worth running a personal journal of this 12 days and seeing what comes up for you and what can illuminate the path for you to epiphany. For any of you that are in the UK that feel drawn to, I've got the last of the 2020 visioning days on that Epiphany weekend. Epiphany actually this year is on Monday. So on Saturday here in the Rosie Temple, there is still some space on the 3rd of the 2020 visioning days, working this time with the new Oracle deck. And on the Sunday, if you check in on rosealchemy.com, you can sign up for a free webinar that will show you, explain to you the different ways you can work with the Oracle and also the 7 levels of the work, inner spiritual development work that's possible with the new Oracle deck. So, shall we see what the roses have got to offer us as inspiration for this coming period? And this deck is absolutely fascinating to work with. The energy of the roses has upshifted in its frequency to take us into this window of 2020 to 2030. These are a 2020 visioning, healing, spiritual alignment tool. As many of you know, actually doing readings with them was never my plan. This has occurred as a default. And yet brings us such insight and wisdom with these pure love codes. This is all they are. They are pure love, and they will guide and illuminate for us the next stages of the journey. Just to say while I'm shuffling, if you've pre-ordered on my website, if you have you pledged on the Kickstarter, please know that I'm doing my very best to get the orders out and shipped as quickly as I can. I'm packing more today, so there'll be more shipped out tomorrow. But this is basically a one-woman business, and I have had a fabulous band of friends that have come to help me pack over the days before Christmas, and we are doing our very best to get the rose sets to you as soon as we possibly can, because I know that they are here to work with us from in this window. They planned, I'm sure that they planned through their own consciousness to be available for us from the beginning of 2020. It's really fascinating. So let's see what they have to offer us as wisdom in this coming period. So the first rose is the Gaia Gateway. Some of you will have seen this rose before, some not. This is one of the 7 edition roses from the original first edition deck and this new second edition deck. This rose sits beneath the Earth Star. She is the gateway deep into inner Earth. She says, "I'm not for the journey through my portal isn't for the faint-hearted. This is a deep rooted connection with the essence of Gaia, the essence of the feminine, the essence of the earth. Our bodies, our physical bodies, are of the earth. We are of the substance of the earth, and therefore our interaction and our relationship with the earth is part of the focus that we need to bring to this next 2020-2030 journey. You can see that the center of her is golden. She sits like a cup, and I don't suppose I should be able to get if you turn her sideways on and then sit the Earth Star card above her, it's a bit like a cup and saucer. Really fascinating. This is one of the old Bourbon roses that I photographed at Mottisfont Rose Garden, which is a beautiful walled garden with over 2,000 roses here in Hampshire in the UK. So she's a calling. She is a calling to root, to ground. Beautiful that she's come forward in this new moon in Capricorn. Earth sign, structure, stability, and this place of anchoring, rooting, being grounded. I know so many of us that work with the light codes have had some difficulty being in body. I certainly have. The first part of my life, I spent most of my time trying to get out of my body. And even when I started with meditation in the early 90s, it was with the sole intention of getting out of my body, to connecting with the higher realms. It's taken 25 years, nearly 30 years actually, for me to be willing and present enough to bring the energies down through my body, to be able to spiritualize the physical, and be able to walk it. It's many will resonate with that part of the story, I'm sure. So here she is. She is the Gaia Gateway. She's calling us down through the base second chakra, rooting down into the Earth Star, that this energy center, which is going to become more and more important for us as we go into 2020 and beyond. That it's almost like base and second chakra will merge down into the Earth Star. The Earth Star is about 3 foot or a meter beneath our feet, and it docks into the crystalline matrix of the earth. So she is down below that. She calls us deep, deep into our connection and honouring of Mother Earth, our connection to Gaia, to be able to breathe with Gaia, to be able to breathe in and out of those keynotes. So let's see what else the roses have for us as wisdom for this particular period. We have Rose Bagua 3. Now, Rose Bagua 3 is about our connection to the wisdom carriers, the teachers, the ancestors. And again, interesting that in the preamble to this, I was talking about the fact that Christmas will often bring memories, or it'll bring connections to our birth families. And so you can look at that as one level of the patterning or the teaching that we received that set us up for this journey. Or you can look and say, actually, the teachers that I most resonate with at this point in my life are the teachers on the higher planes. So this is about, it's really interesting, isn't it? It's like this connection to the teachers on the higher planes, and yet being anchored, being able to presence both these aspects of self, this connection to the light realms, and our teachers, guides, mentors, being mindful of those that we are drawn to connect and study with on the earth plane. And also, where's the pure spring water? Where is the pure teaching that helps us to be, as I said earlier, the very best version of ourselves, to be able to be witnessed and be seen and honoured and loved from that place of true self. So it's a real sacred homecoming when we can weave the knowledge and the teachings that we've been blessed to experience in this lifetime. And so let's see what the third energy is got. And I'm really sorry. Apart from putting on my glasses, I can only see that there are there are messages coming up through, and this is I can't answer you all individually, as I will endeavour to go in on the website, onto the Facebook page and respond to your messages. So let's see what the third rose is. The third rose is rose 5. So this is something, she sits on the throat. This is the rose that sits on the throat, and she is the higher octave of the sacral chakra. So we were talking about the sacral and the base chakra connecting into the Earth Star, and obviously through the Earth Star deep into the Gaia Gateway. This rose is what Jung would call the individuation. Who am I inside the tribe? What is my authentic voice? What am I here for? How do I carry the true essence of myself fully in my body? The sacral chakra is always the hardest chakra to clear because it holds so much of our personal imprint, our personal sense of our sexuality, our sensuality, our sense of ourselves as men or women, our sense of our ability to hold money, and our sense of our creativity. And obviously it's a place of procreativity. When we rise it through the body, through the heart field, it's expressed through the throat. And those of you that do any public speaking will know that when you drop your energy down into the hara, into the womb hara energy, the grounding and the presence changes. The frequency of the voice changes when it's coming from that place of depth and true self. So this is a powerful rose for us to be working with at this particular point of this eclipse new moon. This is, new moon has the opportunity for us for new beginnings. It has an opportunity for us for a completely new connection with ourselves, because actually it's the connection with ourselves that matters. This is where we lead from. This is what changes our relationship to ourselves and those relationships around us. This is, where do you need to take your voice in this coming period? Where do you need to take your wisdom and your presence? And this rose sitting on the throat, this is all about truth. This is about speaking your truth. This is not about denying who you are, not denying your sense of what you're picking up. There is value. We all have something to add. And when we have courage to know that, then we can step forward and share. When we speak from the heart, it's received by the heart. And this rose is very refined and defined. So words have a frequency. Words, once they're out there, have there's a carrier wave. And so we need to be really careful and very aware of our voice in the world. And yet also not deny that this is the place of communication, of our truth and of who we are. So these 3 super powerful roses, and as I say, this is the first reading from this new 2nd edition deck, and I'm absolutely loving them. I've been experimenting with new grid layouts, new ways to do personal readings. It's really fascinating. Anyway, you can find out more about that if you sign up on the webinar on the website, and I'll put a link to that in the feed on the Rose Alchemy page. Gaia Gateway, beautiful, powerful rose. You could almost curl up in her, really. She's got this gorgeous golden heart. She's like a cup. Beautiful energy. The wisdom of the ancestors, the wisdom of our teachers, of our parents, of any of those that have come in our path to being inspirational way showers for us. And of course, that recognition of the guides that we have on the light realms. And here we are with Rose 5. This place of recognizing our voice and the value of our voice, giving voice, to what we have to share. What else do I have to offer? New classes being put onto the website in this next week. All of the new Rose classes, the new schedule online will be up. The new Rose classes in person will be up and bookable. And we've got some lovely new offerings to bring, as well as obviously the wisdom of these 7 levels of this work. So I am really looking forward to being able to share that with you. And until next, with much love and oodles of rosy blessings. Bye for now. Bye.